What's up, investors? Eric here. Today I'm going to cover 10 stock picks that are high quality, high conviction, that I think are attractive at these prices and lower for long-term investors. Now, this is going to be a nice blend of stocks that includes some growth and some dividends, give you some high quality stocks that capture some of those secular growth trends, those mega trends we talk about in technology. But these picks will also diversify out of tech and give you some exposure to some other industries. So it's very diversified, has some dividend stocks, some growth stocks. You're going to want to check this one out, guys. Let's get started. So remember, guys, these are high conviction, high quality stocks that I think are attractive for long-term investors. You're going to make money on these stocks if you hold them long-term. They're not the highest growth stocks in the world, but they're nice if you want to diversify your portfolio a little bit into some quality and high conviction companies. The first one is going to be Apple. A stock like Apple is going to have heavy weight in those indexes, so keep that in mind. But if you're just an individual stock picker and you're looking to diversify in your portfolio, I think Apple brings a nice ecosystem of products to you. They just announced some new chips today, some faster laptops, and it has bounced a little bit off its bottom. It was 124.17, now close to 135, 136. It's still down 20% over the past year. Market cap still over 2 trillion. It's 2.16 trillion. P ratio is a 22.3, so attractive. Dividend yield 0.67%. This next one is one of my favorite DGIF stock picks, and it diversifies well outside of technology with Tractor Supply Company, ticker TSCO. Now, this is retail, brick and mortar for the most part. They also have veterinarian services. Many of their locations are in areas where the population doesn't have much choice, so they get a lot of business that way. They also have a lot of locations that are just outside of cities, so like third and fourth tier suburbs are just in the rural stretches of the cities where people from the city can drive out to a Tractor Supply Company, plus the rural population out there can benefit from a Tractor Supply Company. So they sell everything from tools, clothing, you think of yard supplies, lawnmowers, veterinarian supplies. Of course, they've got everything for pet care, livestock maintenance. This is a great company. It's been around since 1938. Market cap, $24.6 billion. PE is a 24.22. Dividend yield is a 1.65%. If you look at a one-year chart, it's basically flat. So this isn't like the cheapest stock in the world, but 24 PE, it's attractive. I think it's one of those companies that can weather storms pretty well too. It's going to be more resilient when you think of brick and mortar retailers, just because the people in these areas need Tractor Supply Company to do their jobs, to function. Farmers use Tractor Supply Company and so on. And they're attracting more and more members that maybe weren't their traditional audience in the past, but they're starting to grow outside of that. Check it out, guys, Tractor Supply. Now, Microsoft, I just did a deeper dive on the channel talking about Microsoft and why they might want to buy ChatGPT, and check that video out after this video is over. Watch this one, it's full duration first. But Microsoft, I think, gives you some good exposure, a lot of different areas. I love Microsoft Azure. You think of cloud services, you think of AI, you think of gaming. Who knows if Activision is going to get passed, if that acquisition is going to get passed, but they have a nice gaming segment even without Activision as part of it. You think of Microsoft Office, you think of Windows 11. There's lots of exciting things. This is a technology conglomerate. Another one, so this is 3 stocks in a row that pays a dividend 1.13%. I looked at several different metrics when analyzing these stocks, and these are high quality, high conviction type companies that I think you can make money on. They might not be 10 baggers necessarily, but they're going to make money and can certainly outperform the market overall when you look at a 5 and 10 year span. Market cap is just under $2 trillion at 1.79 trillion. P ratio is about a 26. Over the past year, it's down 20%, and I still think it's attractive under $250 a share. Now, I own all but one of the stocks on this list of 10. UnitedHealth Group I've owned for many years. You think of healthcare providers, insurance providers. This is a $488 stock. On the 1 year, it's actually up 6%, 5.87%. Another one, so 4 stocks in a row that pay a dividend, 1.35%, 23 PE ratio. It was a $558 stock in the 52-week high. The low 52-week was $445. I think it's attractive under $500. It's not dirt cheap. It gives you some diversity, again, outside of technology. It's in the healthcare space. Check out UnitedHealth Group, ticker is UNH. There's no question that Google has some risk, but you have to ask, how much is priced in? It's trading right now at an 18.56. Now, this is the first stock that we're going to cover that does not pay a dividend. Maybe they will at some point. $1.19 trillion market cap. This was $151 on the 52-week high, $83 on the 52-week low. It's down 32.59% over the past year. I like this one a lot when you just think of long-term. Of course, advertising is something that gets impacted in a recessionary or downturn type environment. And there's risk with like ChatGPT, and there's risk this with disruption and technology, but they have a lot of things going for them. They're another technology conglomerate. Of course, advertising is a big part of their business, but you think of Waymo and all the other different segments of this business under this technology conglomerate called Alphabet. We've talked about it many times. You think of drone delivery, robo-taxis, Internet of Things. You think of Google Cloud Platform, so they're in cloud services as well. I like this one long-term. I prefer A shares, that's GOOGL. You can also look at C shares, that's GOOG. The only difference is voting rights. If you don't own a ton of shares, it doesn't matter a whole lot. Google. So now this is the 5th stock out of 6 stocks that pay a dividend. This is a nice dividend, 3.15%. It's only a 21.9 PE ratio. Broadcom, 52-week high was 645. The low was 415. So this has run pretty hard. You have to be careful, but I think a 22 PE ratio with a 3.15% dividend still very attractive. They're trying to acquire VMware. That could get them more into cloud and hybrid services. They own CA Tech. They've got a lot of different things underneath this company. It's pretty large. Market cap's $245 billion or so. But this is one of my favorite dividend type paying companies, DGI, DGIF type stocks. Check out Broadcom, ticker AVGO. Now, before I go on, I want you to please subscribe and click that bell to get notifications. We are going to do a lot more videos this year in 2023. If you're subscribed and you click that bell to get notifications, as soon as I drop a new video, you're going to get an email, you're going to get an alert, and you can go check it out. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Let's get this channel over 40,000 subscribers in 2023. That's my goal. Now, these next 2 stocks are going to be a little bit more polarizing, controversial, because this doesn't fit into that value name very well. It's an 89 P ratio with Amazon. This is just under $1 trillion market cap at $994 billion. 52-week high was $170. The 52-week low, 81.43. It's trading at 97.47 right now, down 38.67% over the past year. I believe in Amazon. It's one of my top holdings. Amazon Web Services is the main reason I own this company, this stock, but they have lots going for them when you just think of the future drone delivery. You think of robo-taxi, they own a significant portion of Rivian, and this is another technology conglomerate that I think if you hold 5 or 10 years, you'll do pretty well on it. It's not cheap at a 90 P ratio necessarily, but there are a lot of investors that do believe in this company, and I'm one of them. Amazon, ticker AMZN. Now, Tesla is one of the most polarizing stocks in recent memory. Think of the Elon Musk saga, and I've done several videos on the channel you can check out telling you the history and timeline of Tesla from inception to how they got to where they're at today. But, you know, this has run pretty hard. The 52-week low is 101. It didn't break 100. A lot of people thought it would go to $80 or $90. Got to 101.81, and it's bounced, 29% or whatever to $130 a share. It's up 5% today off of news with China, and with the reduction of some of their prices and their competition. You can read up on that. This video is going to be short and high level, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but market cap is $405 billion, 39.85 P ratio. If you look at the forward P ratio, it's even more attractive. Now, if you look at 1 year, it's down 62%. And I'm not saying it's necessarily going to climb back to $400 overnight, but I look at $130. Yes, it would have been better to buy it at 101, 110, but I've said this story before. If you buy it at $130 and it ends up being a $500 stock in 5 or 10 years, you're not going to care that much if you got it at 110, 120, or 130. Tesla, ticker TSLA. Now, before I go on, guys, I need to announce this video is sponsored by the Motley Fool. If you'd like to see the 10 best stocks to buy now, visit fool.com/firedupwealth. A reminder, they don't tell me what videos to make, what to create, what to tell you guys. They're a great partner. They allow me to bring more content like this for free to you on YouTube, so check those guys out. We also have a private community. It's patreon.com, including a Discord. I'll talk more about that later. All right, let's diversify into real estate. Why not? I think this is a great play. It's a really attractive income stock. It's a REIT, real estate investment trust. Pays you a 4.64% dividend. You don't really care so much on the P ratio with a REIT, but the market cap is a $33.56 billion market cap. And this is one of those income type stocks. It's not going to be like a bagger type stock. It's going to be one where it compounds, give you a nice dividend yield, and you reinvest that dividend, okay? Nearly a 5% dividend yield. And if you look into this company, I mean, they own a lot of stuff. They've been doing some recent acquisitions as well. This was a spinoff from Caesars Entertainment Corporation. That was part of their bankruptcy reorganization. But I like this one. I like the management a lot. I've done a lot of homework on this one. This is the only stock I don't currently own. I did own it in my Roth and I sold it, but I do like this company long term. You have to remember it's an income stock though, okay? So this is not like a growth performer. You're doing it to diversify your portfolio into real estate, get some nice income yield, add a little bit of stability and balance to your portfolio. VICI Properties, ticker VICI. Now, hold on, guys. We have one more stock pick, but before we do that, we need to talk. And we need to talk about why you should join our private community. Now, I hate trying to sell you something, and I try to be very passive, like, hey, check out Patreon, Discord. But I think it's important for people to understand what the benefits are, why you should even consider joining our private community. First of all, I want to say this. There's no commitment. It's month to month. You can cancel if it's not for you. But I posted 20 reasons why you should join our private Discord community. It's under the community tab. Our community allows you to connect with like-minded long-term investors from around the globe, 50 plus countries from all walks of life, dentists, doctors, lawyers, factory workers, plumbers, I mean, you name it, gardeners. We've got everything from blue collar, white collar, people that just started investing, people that have way more money than I do, that have achieved financial independence. But we have a Discord. It's going to give you granular channels, talk about due diligence, different stocks, stocks to buy, price levels, mega trends, all those different topics. And we're going to teach you how to invest, how to buy stocks at levels using both fundamental and technical analysis. You get to connect with me as well as community members from all over the globe. And I want you to read through this and just consider what these benefits are. The value that you get for your money, it's incredible. And we always call it like a Vegas buffet. You go to the Wynn buffet, it's $50. You can't eat the whole buffet, but we're giving you tons of information. You got to pick what you want to consume, what you want to eat. But we're going to teach you about the psychology of money, millionaire mindset. So this is a community where you can go and feel safe and ignore all the noise as a long-term investor. No drama, no politics, no BS. We're going into our third year and we're stronger than ever, even in a downturn market. I encourage you to check it out. It's patreon.com/firedupwealth. Not only does it support me so that I can bring content like this to you, it also empowers you with the knowledge and skill set to be a successful long-term investor. Okay, so Costco's not cheap. I've owned this stock though since 2015. It's done well for me in my portfolio. It does pay a dividend, 0.74%. PE ratio, one of the more expensive ones we talked about today. It's a 37 PE ratio, trading at 489. Now, the 52-week high was 612, 52-week low is 406. I like it much better under $450. It's trading at 489, and it is not a cheap stock by any means. It's going to be a consumer staple type of a stock. It's going to give you some balance, a little bit of dividends, and it's going to be one I think that will grow over time. This company is going to do well whether the economy is good, bad, or indifferent. People are still going to shop at Costco and buy their groceries and other items. Of course, there's going to still have fluctuations. The $1.50 hot dog is still a thing. Costco Wholesale Corporation, ticker COST. And if this was helpful, guys, make sure you subscribe, click that bell to get notifications, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Appreciate your time and attention. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.